Welcome to another edition of Mic Checka, my interview podcast where I talk to dope people doing dope things. This is somebody that I call one of my big sisters. Me and Roy. People have been hearing me talk about Roy Robinson. He's been mad I haven't had him on the podcast at all. He's just a figment of people's imagination unless they can Google him and find out who he is. But I remember when we first started our company Free Time, we was out hanging out about, and it was two beautiful girls. We was trying to talk to them, and this is back in our backsliding days. This would be like 06, 07. And they were like, we married. They're like, damn, all right. I guess that's what it is, blah, blah, blah. Roy was like, man, we still need to talk to them. They still cool. So we sitting there talking to them, and Tracee gave me the craziest advice ever that didn't make sense until later on in my life. But she ain't that much older than me, so I don't understand how it was that like in foresight. It wasn't like it was like you like 15 years older than me giving me some like game. You was like, letting these girls y'all running around with ain't about nothing. I was like, really?
All of them.
You saw that we wasn't no shit. You saw that.
That's all it was.
Yeah. This is my homegirl Tracee. She has an organic candle company, vegan. Vegan. Now, you have to explain that shit because I don't know the difference.
Cool. That's cool.
I don't know the difference. I didn't know it was a difference. We having our homeboy Badass Vegan coming on soon on the podcast.
Cool.
And
okay.
I can actually act like I know. Hopefully he don't watch this, and then I can act like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to like vegan candles. And be like, yo, you know about vegan candles, pimp? He probably
do.
Yeah, because he own it.
If he on all of that, he know what it is. Yeah, he know what's
so up. My homegirl Tracee Lynn, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it so much.
Thanks for the invite. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you've been doing your thing. Like I'm like, yo, like vegan candles. I'm like, what the thing is vegan candle? I don't understand this.
Yeah, so it come down. So a lot of people had gotten away, I think, from even burning candles once they learned like about the toxic chemicals and things that can be released into your house based on the type of wax that
stop before you even go. Yep. I didn't even know toxins would even come out from candles. I'm that ignorant.
Yep.
I'm GD.
No, for real. But I mean, a lot of people don't know that. You just go buy a candle, it smells good, and you burn it. I mean, that's not
exactly.
It's not something.
You try to set the mood when a woman come through, like, yo, I got this Egyptian musk candle.
Exactly. You just
it's gonna set it off. She gonna be down.
Exactly. You damn it. That's all it come down to. Ain't nobody really tripping off the fact, what it's made of, what wax they use, and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to make sure that I was conscious when I restarted this. This is actually a relaunch.
Okay.
So I wanted to make sure that I chose products that made sense, that appealed to more people. So I didn't want to close myself off. And then I've been dabbling in the plant-based lifestyle anyway. So it just kind of fit with, and I say dabble because if somebody present me with some crab legs, then it's kind of hard to.
You're not eating no steak, but they put them shrimp and crab in front of you.
Crab legs, some lobster. Yeah, it's kind of hard to resist those things. So
you could just be a pescatarian then.
I tried that. I actually prefer just to go completely plant-based because it's a lot different. So the biggest thing is like the oils. Like if you do like a whole food plant-based diet, you're like taking oils out even. So like I will cook, like when I do it and I'm dedicated, I cook with water and broth and things like that versus like even olive oil. So
damn, you took out 98% of my kitchen.
You don't even miss it.
Really?
It's amazing how much stuff you cook. Yes.
You see how skinny I am? I need every meal I get. Every meal I need.
That's how you feel. But I'm talking about taste. I ain't talking about.
I need every meal. I need everything.
I hear you, but no, I'm talking about the taste. You don't miss it. It ain't no.
So when you saying rebrand, like what made you have what started before and then had to be what made it stop to become a rebrand? What was the beginning stages of it?
So actually, I started this company back in like 2007. So like around the time frame that we met. And I think I got it on my shirt. Yeah, you can't see it. But I started in 2007, and I really did enjoy doing it, but married. And then I had a kid in 2008. And then I started Zumba, became a Zumba instructor.
Okay.
And it just it was one of those things that I would continuously say I want to start making candles again, because it really is relaxing and I enjoy it. And it's a product, something that you can do. I like doing stuff with my hands. And so I enjoyed it, but I just would, every year I would keep saying, I'm gonna restart this, I'm gonna redo it, I'm gonna redo it, and I wouldn't. And then it just, as time kind of went on, I would think about it and have it in the back of my head. But then obviously with the pandemic and everything last year, so we had all of that going on. And then I lost my aunt from angiosarcoma, which is a super rare form of cancer. And
Wow.
it's
I'm
like
sorry to hear that. God bless. I'm
thank
sorry
you,
about
thank
that.
you. That was devastating, because she was only 12 years older than me.
I know.
And
Yeah,
so,
and they hit your mortality real quick, because it's like we kicked at the
yeah,
same time. We in the club at the even though it's 12 years and
all
stuff.
of
We at
it.
the
Well, this
club.
is
Yeah.
my mother's baby sister. And so my mother had me young. And so we were even in the house at some point at the same time.
My mama too. Shout out to them young mamas.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, love them young mamas.
Shout out to
But
young mamas.
they cool. But anyway, so all of that, it was just a lot of grief that I dealt with last year. And as I've kind of like processed, like, what do I want to do with my purpose? What's my purpose? Just kind of really just praying and kind of really just asking God for direction and trying to understand what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And funny enough, and I would think about these candles, but funny enough, I got this phone call because I started this business years ago. I got this phone call from a lady. She left me a voicemail. I didn't know her. And she was asking about Miss Lynn's Candles of Affirmation. And I was like, the heck? This was like in maybe like March or April. And I was thinking, who is this person? Where'd she get my number from? Like thinking it was a joke, like what is going on?
Yeah.
But I was like, that was weird. But I had already kind of started looking up stuff and kind of starting to kind of think I was getting ready to start ordering some supplies and maybe get started. And then not even like, it wasn't even maybe 4 or 5 month time frame. I got another call from another person. And she left me a voicemail too. And basically was like, I'm looking for Miss Lynn's Candles of Affirmation, blah, blah, blah. If this is the right number, give me a call back. And I'm like, okay, God, what are we trying to say?
Yeah, because the people hitting you up actually trying to do business, and it's like, what am I doing?
Trying to do business. So I called and I called that lady back, because I was like, listen, I gotta call you back and I gotta ask you this, because you're the second person to call me within 6 months. It's been months. Like this short time frame after not doing anything with this business since like the 2008, time frame. And so I was like, how did you get my information? Where did you? And she was like, wow. First she just kept saying, wow. And she said, I just looked up online spiritual candles and spiritual, yes. And she was like, and your business popped up.
Wow.
At the top of the list. A business
SEO was on point.
Like a business I had not done, but I had not done anything with this business, and I don't know how the SEO was together. Like I don't know how none of that worked out. Well, God, that's what I say.
Yeah. You'd be surprised what SEO pops up there.
Yeah,
particularly like that's a good niche market as well.
Yeah, it was. And so at that point, I was like, all right, it's time. So then I just thought, but what I knew and the reason why it kind of took me so long, why I was delaying, is because when I originally started the brand years ago, I was using like mason jars. I was using soy wax, which is nothing wrong with soy wax, but I was using mason jars. I knew that I wanted this to be a luxury brand. And what kind of determines luxury is kind of like the vessel that you use, the waxes that you use, the scents that you use, how you blend your scents, are they unique, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I knew that if I was going to do this again, I did not want to do mason jar candles and like have my candles printed out on a piece of paper like they were back in the day, like my little brochure with what it looked.
But so people understand, like that was like we grew up in a time where we were, I would say we're the lost generation. Like anybody that was born between 78 and 82, because we weren't old enough to benefit off of like the older shit. And we was too old to benefit off the younger shit too, though.
Right.
So but we understand both, which is that's our lane, is able to understand both sides at the same time. Like we used to flyers. Like that's how we would know about stuff, is flyers. You know, in the paper thing, like you just said. Like
you have this.
Yeah, what do you mean digital business card? What do you mean a digital business card? I'm gonna give you my business card.
Right, like we ain't doing all that. So yeah, so I just knew I wanted it to be on a different level. And so that's where my mind kind of went. And so then it was kind of a rebranding and kind of bringing it out with beautiful vessels and things people, once they candle finish burning, they can keep that, you know, use it for whatever they want to use it for, you know, different things. So that was probably the hardest part when I was trying to decide to rebrand.
All right, well, let's go back then. Let's go back to your beginnings. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, for you can tell your stories about walking through the snow for 10 miles to get to school situation.
I ain't had to do all that.
But you know, people like to do that. You know, like, man, yo, you know, I had to go through 7 blood hoods to get to my school.
Right. Well,
like, there's 7 blood hoods. It's only 7 blood hoods on the north side, period.
Like, how you walk through all 7 of them to get to school?
Where'd you live at? You live in the Ville and worked all the way to Riverview? Like, you walked through a lot of...
How you get to all 7 of them?
It's only 7 blood sets.
You're a fool.
So, like, so are your family from St. Louis, or like where?
Family is from St. Louis. Well, I'm from St. Louis. My mother and her siblings were born in Chicago.
Okay, so it's the opposite of me. Okay, right.
Yeah,
my family, I'm from Chicago, but I grew up here. Yeah,
that's how. Yes, they were Chicago. And so then my mother and her family, her siblings, moved here, I think, when she was going to high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they moved here around her high school years. But North Side, grew up on the North Side. I have.
What part of the North Side? You know, people gonna be, I already know people gonna be like, yo, what part of the North Side?
Everywhere.
We talked about that before, though. We both grew up living everywhere on the North Side.
Right.
I claim the Ville, though. I spent the majority of most of my time in the Ville. The Ville is.
No, so I started out on Ruskin. In the 5400 block of Ruskin.
Okay.
Then we moved. At one point I lived in Murphy Blair.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Then we lived on, remember I told you Elm Bank. Then we lived on Elm Bank. Moved on Riverview. And so this is all just, I would say I always joke and say my parents was moving on up like the Jeffersons.
So, every crib was a little bit better.
Every place was a little bit better. Everything was an elevation. The last house that I lived in with my parents was off of 367.
So y'all end up going to deep North County.
Yes, right there at 367. Right, literally, you know where I don't know if you know where they built that school, Arrow Point. So right before you get to Lindbergh.
Yeah.
Right on the right.
Back in the day, there used to be nothing. That was just fields out there.
So but then by the time I was.
Was it a car lot over there, or wasn't it a car lot over there, or is that more? I'm thinking what that Quick Trip is.
No, you too far. You're not up far enough. You got to go further. So I know where you're talking about.
So past Jamestown Way.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So anyway, that was like the last house that I lived in with them.
So you went to East?
I was supposed to go to East.
Okay.
I went to Parkway West.
Oh, wow.
I went to Lutheran North my freshman year. Then I went to Parkway West.
Yo, I didn't even know, Parkway West of the DSEG situation. For my listeners that are not from St. Louis, DSEG was a program that was instituted in Missouri and a couple other states throughout the country, where they bus kids from the inner city to predominantly white schools. Now, within that, Parkway District had certain schools that were more susceptible to DSEG than others. Parkway West was not one of them.
Right.
It was like Parkway South, North, and Central.
Yeah. West was the more bougier of the
exactly, and it's it used to be. It still is.
It is. Yeah. It's in the area that it's in is very. It's
It's in Baldwin.
It's in Baldwin. It's in Baldwin.
Google that for our listeners down here, though. Baldwin. Just
Yeah.
you see this, you see what's cracking over there.
Right. A lot of affluent folks over there. But that's where I went.
And so then after Parkway West, what'd you do after that?
So I what did I do after Parkway West? I went to community college, had a kid, and
so you went to Flow or Forest Park?
I went to Flow.
Exactly.
I went to Flow.
That's how you know you black though. Now newer kids, mention where you live at. Now they may say St. Charles Community College now. Back in the day, you said you went to Flow or you went to Forest Park.
Or you went to Forest Park. You did one of the two. Yeah. It was, so I went to Flow for a little bit. I ended up graduating from UMSL.
Okay.
But and I think I even went, actually, I took some classes over at Forest Park too. At one point, because I was calling myself trying to be a nurse. People that my friends have heard that story. I'm a person that has always, obviously you say I met you and was giving advice. I'm a person that's always like wanted to help in some way, help people.
Oh, you was trying to help us, telling us we was being some heathens out here.
Y'all acting like all heathens. Y'all need to cut it out.
But we wasn't even that bad though. You know what
I mean? Y'all wasn't horrible. We actually really liked y'all. Y'all wasn't horrible.
No, I mean,
we were married at a young age.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got married young.
Yeah, that was saying both of y'all did. Yeah, y'all got. I mean,
I was like 24. Like
that's what I'm saying. We the same age, Tony. Like, I mean, Tony, y'all all the same age. Tracee, y'all all the same age. And that's what we was shocked when y'all said y'all was married. When you and Tony said y'all was married, we were like, wow, they married? Like, we didn't even know that was possible. He's like, damn.
I ain't married. I'm divorced now. But yeah.
Oh, so damn, we gotta talk about you being back out on these streets.
Yeah, I'm back out on these streets. And, but that's what happened this is why I tell your kids. That's what happened when you get married too young. Because you don't know yourself enough. So
I don't mean to take it on a tangent, but I like where we're going with this.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you think? Like, so I have a thing of like, so I've had debates with some friends of mine. They think that the older you get, the easier it is for you to get married quicker. I said, don't matter.
Oh, no.
Like, cause one of my homeboys, he got engaged to a girl after 3 months of knowing her. Oh, yeah. And I was in a group chat like, this ain't gonna work out, pimp. This ain't gonna work. He's like, man, you up here hating. I will
say though that people, so that can go.
Now, don't do the exception. Do the rule. That's what I told him. Like I said, like I talked to him. I was like, you can be an exception, but you're not the rule. Like if you're talking about betting and putting something in on it, I can bet that you're not gonna make it.
Yeah, that's true. Because a lot of at our age now, getting married now at this, if you beating somebody now, it's coming with what did they go through before me? When we got married younger, the most you probably was dealing with was somebody was just cheating because they just didn't have it out their system yet. But now you dealing with some brokenness from probably some divorces or some bad relationships.
I would actually say cheating is worse at our older age.
You think?
The reason, not necessarily not the amount of women, but I think men are more likely to have affairs. More likely not like where like they got a whole nother, not like they just was at the club and got with some other girl. I'm talking about they got a whole nother woman.
But I think that is probably for the men that got married young and they've just been with that same person. Okay. I'm not talking about, I think by the time, like that's them people.
I can see
probably,
that.
You know what I'm saying? Them women probably been around for a long time.
They've been together 20 years and it's
that's what I'm saying. The women been there since the beginning of the marriage. But I'm talking about now, dating now at this age, these people are divorced and dealing with some brokenness and other stuff. And then, so that's where you kind of got the like, oh, this is different now. It's not like how it was. Cause I got engaged pretty fast when I was young.
Yeah, but that's young. I'm talking about this dude 40 years old.
Yeah. But I do be seeing these people. I will say this though. In the past year, I have seen, I'm gonna say past 2 years, I have seen at least 2 or 3 people that I know. One person, she got engaged. It had to be within like a couple of months, and she's married now, and it happened real fast. And then another girl that I know, she met her guy, and they seem like I am seeing people move kind of fast. I think if a man is in that mindset, he just feels like he knows, and he ain't got to waste no time no more, because he ain't trying to weigh no options.
Yeah, I don't trust it, Tracee.
Yeah, I mean,
I
all
don't
of it
trust you.
shady.
And then look, one of my homegirls just told me like I don't trust a lot of things in general. Like she's like
Yeah, you
she
must.
always she makes a
You're a
long list of what
skeptic.
I don't trust. And
You're a
she's like
skeptic.
she said I need to do the whole podcast on just like what I don't trust, like and
Right.
just list it out.
Cover it all.
But my thing is like time and understanding someone is more important than marriage.
I agree.
Like understanding and like knowing them.
I agree with you 100. No, I do agree with you. I do agree, because there is a lot of stuff that you be saying that you like, oh wait, I didn't know that you did that. And but I will say that's the advantage of now with me. Like I got divorced in 2015, so I've been dating.
Hey, Tracee, you been in the streets that long? I knew you ain't got divorced, but I knew you was in the streets that long.
Don't be acting like I'm for the streets. Yeah, I've been out
Man,
here.
I didn't say it was for the streets.
You like,
like I'm gonna pimp you out. Like I'm gonna pimp you out. Like I'm gonna put out a theme though. Like yo,
right.
She for the streets.
She for the streets, because you keep saying
no. Because I'm just saying. I would have been putting brothers on you though earlier.
No, you got some good ones. No, I look. I'm taking applications.
Look, Tracee. As I tell any of my, you'll understand this when I say this. It's gonna sound messed up.
What?
One of my homegirls that never been married, like your man is unhappy right now in a marriage, and he's finna get divorced in a minute.
Just gotta give him a minute out there, and then once he let him heal for a minute,
and make sure you go to therapy.
Make sure he go to therapy. Boom. I mean, for real.
No, I'm just and the same thing for my homeboys that have been married as men. Your woman is unhappy right now in her relationship.
But this is the age that we're at though.
Yeah, and you'll be super happy at 40 something with somebody till y'all die though, because you understand this stuff, you understand the dynamics, and you understand everything.
Right. Because I and that's kind of where I am, where it's kind of like one of those things where it's like whoever it is, I'm like, I know that we have both done our work. I've been in some relationships that ain't quite right yet, since I've been divorced. And so
I mean, you back in the streets though. I mean, the streets are the streets. I mean, the streets are the streets. It's like getting out of jail. It's like getting out of jail. No. Marriage is like getting out of jail, and then you think you're gonna go back and sell the same pack. Like I'm gonna go back on the same block and sell the same dope. No. The game changed on you.
It changed
when you went to jail.
Man, listen. I be like, I'm like, this ain't what they was on.
But you went to jail.
Like,
that's the point. That's why I said you went to jail. You different. Come out. You got on
like,
dope man Nikes, sitting out there in the corner.
You're like, wait, we have not. Yeah, it's completely. Let me tell you, it's completely different. I joke all the time, like this ain't how we dated back in the day. I'm like, like 2001, and it was different. Now I'm like, this is some different stuff. These dudes on some whole other, but the last time that I was dated and courted for marriage, it was like somebody going hardcore, really trying to woo me. Like I can remember my husband, it was so funny because the apartment that I grew up in at one point on Elm Bank, I had moved back in there with my son, my oldest son.
Wow. So wow.
It was my dad owned that building.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I had moved back in there at one point. And so when I met my ex-husband, I was living there. And I'll never forget, like I didn't have, because I had stayed, my first apartment was like on Lilac. It was in Raintree. So that's hood now, but that was nice.
People, I got most of our listeners not even from Missouri though. You got to describe it for people because most of our listeners are not from the St. Louis area. You have to describe this.
So Raintree back then, these are
what do you mean back then?
back in the early 2000s, they were nice.
Okay, they were nice. I was like, Raintree ain't been nice in a long time.
No, but it's like 2000. So let me say this like 2000. Okay, my son was born in 99, so this is like 99, 2000, like up in there. So they were nice then. Now you don't want to ride through there because it's like, I don't know what they be doing. I looked over there. I drove past there one time like this thing look like this when I lived here. When I lived there, it was nice, But so anyway, but I end up moving back to the city because I had a baby. My parents was like, you can pay us when you want, kind of like save your money type of deal. But when I met my ex-husband, I was living in those apartments, but I always had a good job. I was always a person that was going to work hard. And so I was working actually way out off of 40 at WorldCom. It was out far. So
damn, WorldCom.
Yeah. So I
was shout out to American Greed.
Look, that's where I worked when I met him, but I didn't have an air conditioner in my apartment. And so this is how men used to.
This is so old though. People don't understand that, like not having an air conditioner is like so like.
This how men used to woo you back in the day though. I can remember him saying after he came over and hung out one time, we watched TV or whatever, and then he was like, "Look, okay, here's my credit card. Go on up there and get you an air conditioner because I'm not going to be over your house and be hot." But he trusted me with his credit card. Let me go buy a window unit. Now you be like, this man don't even ask me. I don't know if they ain't on a date. Like, it's just completely different than what it was. Because back then, men were more, people weren't feeling, and honestly, I think women kind of messed this up though. Women started making men feel bad and call them thirsty and dogging them out for doing things like that. Versus, and I think that's where the game got kind of messed up.
I call it tricking. But women
kind of messed it up because you ain't supposed to be like dogging them out and talking about it. You know, take what like it wasn't like I was taking from him like that. He was just like.
But also, you shouldn't trust it.
No, you should not trust it.
Because when somebody like my thing is like. Your love and your love and what your affection, what you do is a convenient thing. Like, yo, I love you more. I do more for you. I'm going like, I just don't come out the bat like, yo, you know what? Let me pay your rent for 6 months and I know you for 3 weeks.
And
like,
it wasn't like that. And that was just what he knew to do.
Right, but no, I'm talking about old ass men that be like, you just want a chick that you just want a chick you can take care of. Then at that point,
these old men now, that seems like that's all I attract though. I attract all the grandpa bays.
Oh, so you got 60 up?
All of them. I be like, you ain't even, my parents.
You need to tell them putting the money into the candle business.
My parents is young. No, I can't. First thing I think is, what would my daddy think if I brought this person over? Like, my dad is like just turned 60. So
see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yo. I can't. It's hard. I'm like, but that's who I attract, all the grandpa bays. Someone be nice looking, but yeah. They got my age.
Because he'd be like, man, I know him from the motorcycle bar. Like, I'm just saying.
For real.
And he'd be like, oh no.
It's a struggle.
No.
Yeah, it's a struggle with the older ones. Yeah.
Yeah, and they be like, yo, I got you whatever you need,
they be ready. You like, keep it. It's cool.
So with the candle business, what I'm saying? So I go, we flip back and forth.
Yep, no, it's cool.
So what is vegan candles? Explain that to people.
That is, that's with the type of wax that you choose. My wax is a coconut blend. So like some of the other blends are not vegan. So it's the wax that you choose, and then also the scents that you choose that don't have toxins in them. So that's what makes it a vegan candle. People associate vegan with just things you eat. Obviously, that's not just it. It's anything that was, made from something that did not have like a parent. So no, certain oils are not in this, things like that. So that's what classifies that.
Okay. So,
and it's clean. Like I said, it's clean. It's not releasing. There are toxins and things. I actually had one of my customers tell me she stopped buying it. These are things that I didn't even know. And until I started trying to figure out how do I want to start my business again? Because even though I did this years ago, I wasn't aware. And I don't think nobody was that aware of like things like this in like 2007. And so when you start researching and you learning like, oh, there are like chemicals that can be released into, to the air from the type of wicks, even from your wicks that you choose, depending on how they're made. So like my wicks and they're cotton. So everything is all the way down. You know, I've tried to be very conscious in choosing things that are not going to be dangerous to my customer base.
So explain, I guess, the candle business. What
Yeah.
is it that is the biggest I guess hurdle for you in the candle business that you like, yo, like if this could go here, is it the whole idea of a vegan candle, or is it
Mm-mm.
so like is the vegan candle known amongst people like
Yeah, that's the thing, and especially right now, that's a thing. If you look it up, like most candle brands are probably switching over to having vegan
really?
vegan
Wow.
waxes and vegan material. Yeah.
So
So
no, ain't no Egyptian musk gonna be out there for me and everything. You know what I'm saying?
it might be if it's some vegan, if the scents are made right.
I don't see the Egyptian musk being vegan.
You say no, that ain't. It may not be.
You know,
It may not be.
the swap meat candle. I don't
No,
think.
then no, homie,
That's what I'm saying. The Egyptian musk, though, you know, like
no.
just like then I'm matching. I got my cologne. I got the candle.
You ain't wearing no
all the
Egyptian
same.
musk.
You know, remember them Egyptian musk you to run a little joint?
Gosh, look, you talking about some stuff. You be throwing it all the way back. I'm like, what?
I was saying, getting the Egyptian musk candle, like you just smell me everywhere.
No, Lord. No, that ain't it. That ain't it.
Look, it's some brothers right now though, like, damn, man. And so I can't do the cologne or the candle.
They'll still do it. Ain't nobody tripping off of it. Like they'll still pull it off.
Wow.
I'm just trying to come up with, trying to be more conscious in my business.
So like, do they have a website, anything they can hit up to like?
I do. Yeah, it's Miss Lynn's Candles of Affirmation. So each of my candles have each of my candles have affirmations on the back of the jar.
Yeah, break that down and break that down.
Yeah, so they all have affirmations on the back of the jar. The name of the company, my grandmother gave it to me. My middle name is Lynn, so Tracee Lynn is what I go by. And so my grandmother gave me the name of this company years ago, 2007. And I didn't really understand what any of that really meant. But that kind of brings you forward to life experiences, marriage, divorce, therapy, all of those things that I, had to go through. And one thing that's so funny, because my therapist, because I have a tendency to be hard on myself. And probably a lot of people do.
Yeah, most of us do.
We can be harder on ourselves than anybody else and more critical. And that was one thing that he really had stayed on me about, like, okay, this is what you need to do. So he started making me do these affirmations. And it's funny, again, I had this company pre all of this. So writing these affirmations down every single day and repeat them out loud. Even if you just write, a set down in the beginning of the week and you just say them out loud every single day, even if you don't believe them right now, your mind will begin to shift, even if it could be something as simple as I'm a great mother, I'm a great father, I'm a great friend, all these different things, or I control my life, I control my mind, and you just you get into that repetitive mode of saying positive things to yourself and about yourself. You'll start to believe it, versus if you feeding yourself negativity. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that. I don't have a purpose. I don't, So each of my candle jars have all of my candles are named uniquely with a word that most people probably wouldn't even, every word I've tried to pick is a word that some are common, some are not. But I have a definition of what that word is on the candle. And then on the back, I have affirmations to match that. So everything is all about the positivity. It's all about the mindset. I will say that life experiences that was another reason it kind of allowed me to do more this time around, because I have been through so much more, from divorce, relationships after the divorce that didn't work out, that was bad, death in the family, so much. So it all came full circle.
So do you think that I mean, you don't want me to say you in the streets, but do you feel being in the world? Let's say that, being in the world. Do you think being in the world made you better for this business?
I think absolutely. I think that when I started this business,
Even though I like streets, though, even though I like to say it
Streets
sounds
fine.
super crass.
Go
It just
ahead and
sounds
say the
like you
streets.
just. It just sounds even like yo, you in them streets. I just like it. It just sounds like good. I don't know.
Sound harder than you.
It just
What
sounds
you like?
hard. Like yo, she in them. You know, Tracee in them streets. Like what?
They got a whole different meaning for that now, though. These people
Oh,
like,
so okay. If you this is only for 35 and up.
right?
When I'm saying this, like
Okay,
35 and up.
okay, because our meaning,
Yeah, you know what I mean when you talk about we in the streets.
right?
That don't mean you
they
in the
go to
streets.
They be like, they go to streets. You know, that's different.
No.
He ain't go to
I'm
streets.
talking about like when we mean the streets, you mean like you're out there, you're hanging out.
I'm out there. I'm not in a marriage, and I'm not in a
commitment. Yeah, you're living. That's what we think about when you say, man, she in them streets. Not streets like hooker or
giving it away to everybody. No.
Yeah. Look.
Right.
When I first met you, I already know like she ain't giving up to everybody. That's already knew off the top. Boom. That's what it is.
Remain
off the top. That's what it is.
No, but it made me better. It did not answer your question though. It did. Yeah. It made me better. It made me. But that's why because I think when I started it, then I didn't have enough experience. I had been through some stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I had not been through the things that I have been through since. And so now I'm able to approach it from a more empathetic place and more life. I always say life has allowed me to even understand this word affirmation. So even when my grandmother called it that and she named it that, I didn't really grasp it wholly, completely. She did.
Wow.
But I did not until I I had a counselor that was telling me to do affirmations, and I'm like, oh, okay, but I had a whole business that was called Miss Lynn's Candles of Affirmations that I had started years ago, but I never connected.
Wow, so it connected. It went full circle.
It went full circle. I wasn't ready then for it. I joke and say, I said, Grandma, you was already speaking into my future, unbeknownst to you. I say that all the time. I'm like, you were putting it out there, But now I can say that I can carry the weight of this business and truly understand it better than I did before.
So are you shipping international? We have a lot.
Not international, but I am shipping to all 50 states. Not international yet, and only because there are so many rules with sending things like like candles and liquids, and because I have home sprays.
The international people know how to get around it. They have like shout out to my international people. They basically they will buy like it's like a system where they can buy like a PO box, and then the PO box will send it to you in your other country.
Oh, okay.
In certain states, like I believe Florida does it, Texas.
Okay.
It's like so like they'll like you'll see some like real talk, like you'll see somebody that orders something and you be like, dude, this number's not from here though, but they be like, no, send it to Miami. And then in Miami, it'll send there, and then that they pay for that shipping person to send it to them wherever they are in the world.
It is. No, I'm gonna get it worked out eventually. I'm gonna get it worked out, but this has only been.
They gotta really want it though. They gotta really want to do that.
It's gotta be But for me, it was like I launched on December the 24th. So right now, it's been a blessing because I've had.
Like, I was right on time. Then I was right on time.
You were. I have had so much.
Man, look how creator worked. I don't know if he's named God, but look like the creator worked.
Out. So yeah, everything comes together, and so I definitely I've been blessed. It's been good.
So all right, so we're gonna get to the hardest part of this interview. I called it This or That, but then I found out Jamel Hill does the same segment like this, but I want to keep my segment. I got to change the name of it, but right now it's still going to be called This or That.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you two different things. You got to choose between the two.
All right.
First out the gate, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or Martin.
Martin, hands down.
See? I'm going to tell you something crazy though.
It's a generation thing.
No. Martin has more memorable things I laugh at, but Fresh Prince is a better show.
It probably is. No,
overall, like I'm talking about like the drama and like what it did.
They definitely had better producers, better writers, and all of that. Martin is just like, to your point, it has a lot of memorable.
Oh my God. I'm talking like, dude, you got to think about all the characters. Dragonfly Jones, the dude told him, you don't need no money because you need to practice your arts. You don't need no lights. Grandma Jones told Kenji, "You don't need no lights. You need practicing your art." Like, how do you tell somebody that?
Like, what the heck? Like, okay.
You don't need no light. You just should be practicing your art. Like, how do you tell somebody that? You got Jerome. You got
all of it.
Yeah, it was
so
just
much stuff that you can quote. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Fresh Prince, you can definitely quote some stuff in there, but you got way more content that you can get out of Martin.
Right, but as an overall show, Fresh Prince is better.
It was a better producers and all that. Yeah, they had more money. They had more money.
Harlem Nights are coming to America.
So, I have never seen Harlem to America.
What?
Because there was like I couldn't watch all of that back in the day because that Harlem Nights came out
89
when we were kids.
I saw it in the theaters. My parents were young.
What year?
89. I saw it in theaters.
I didn't see that in
I saw Coming to America in theaters. I saw every movie. Any movie I wanted to see, my dad would be like, I don't know if it was like a thing of like he just felt bad because I didn't live with him. I don't know what it was. Like I'd be like,
he's saying no.
I saw everything. I'd be like, I saw Boys in the Hood in theaters. I saw Miss Society.
I saw those, and I'm trying to think. I may have seen Coming to America in the theaters, but not Harlem Nights.
Coming to America came out before Harlem Nights.
But Harlem Nights was more raunchy. It was different. That was
no. Coming to America, it had titties in the jacuzzi.
It was different.
Harlem Nights that had any nudity.
It was a lot of cussing.
More than Coming to America.
Yes.
You know what? You're an internet parent right now. You're thinking because nobody knew that beforehand. You just would take your kid to see the movie. No, they didn't.
Yes, my parents wouldn't take me to go see that.
But they took you.
But I think I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to lie. I think I saw Coming to America in the theaters, but I know there are some. Now I will say this: there were some movies that I watched. Like my grandmother, she let me watch Scarface with her. So
I didn't see Scarface. I was in college.
Yeah, so I watched Scarface as a kid, and that was one of my grandmother's favorite movies. It's one of her favorite movies. It's one of my favorites too. So it was some kind of stuff. But Harlem Nights was one of the ones I was not introduced to.
So you're talking about somebody getting chopped up in the bathroom.
First of all, I said my grandmother.
Right, but I'm just saying.
Grandma's a little different because they are more relaxed with the grandkids.
Yeah, but I'm just saying somebody getting sliced up with a chainsaw in the bathroom has got nothing on.
I agree with you.
You still have not seen Harlem Nights all the way.
I've seen pieces of it, like when it comes on. I don't think I've ever sat down and tried to watch it all the way through yet.
Wow. So I'm assuming you choose to Come to America in this situation then.
I said Coming to America, yeah.
All right. Yep. Jay-Z or Nas?
So Nas. Jay-Z, Nas was like, that was my boy back in the day. And Jay-Z was too. That's a hard one.
Mm-hmm. That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
Oh, that's a hard one. But I'm gonna go with the one that I said out my mouth first, which was Nas. Because he used to have some hard stuff back then. And he was more on top, I think, before Jay-Z was. And then Jay-Z, he cool. I like Jay-Z, but it would definitely be Nas in that one.
All right, this next one is a triple threat match.
Oh Lord.
This is Juice, Boys in the Hood,
yeah,
or New Jack City.
New Jack City.
New Jack City is too. What's so messed up is this gonna get replaced though in a minute though. When my New Jack City post
is coming. Probably that one of Juice. Either Juice or New Jack City would be. But I'm gonna go with New Jack City though.
Yeah, I mean, Boys in the Hood was cool, but it ain't messing with Juice or New Jack City to me.
It ain't on that. It was Boys in the Hood was good, but it wasn't like on the level of them two movies at all. No.
All right, next up, this one's gonna be big, man.
Come on.
This is your blackness at the highest level.
Oh gosh.
Uptown Saturday Night or Bad Boys?
I don't remember Uptown Saturday Night.
Oh, you see,
you better take my card. So I'm gonna go with.
So you seen Let's Do It Again? Like, you know what I'm saying? I got my Let's Do It Again poster for everybody to know.
I think I have.
Let's Do It Again, though,
yes,
right?
Yes, I think I have seen that, but Uptown Saturday Night, no. No.
Damn.
And look, no, I haven't. So I can't pick that one.
Look, they are some of the best movies of all time. Like I'm talking about like fully like drama comedies.
I believe it. I believe you.
And then watch Piece of the Action too. You know, the trilogy was Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby. Because they're all Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby. Uptown Saturday Night.
I'm gonna have to have a whole weekend.
Then Let's Do It Again. Then Piece of the Action. They're all in a row. They're different movies though.
Yeah.
But they're phenomenal.
I get it together. I get it together.
All right. And so, all right, now next up, Dolomite or Superfly?
Superfly.
Okay, why going in that?
Because he just was cleaner. He was cleaner to me and more crisp. So I would say Superfly.
All right, Whitney Houston or Janet Jackson?
Janet Jackson.
Ooh, all right. Go ahead. Why is that?
For one, back in the day, everybody used to say I look like her. This was in my younger days.
She got a little bit of hometown love with it.
Yeah, so that was my girl. But she was so Whitney Houston was more my mother. Like I love Whitney, make no mistake, but she was my mother's girl. Janet came out during a time where we got to see her like really like come out and just like kick it. And she was dancing. She was having a good time, and so it was just more theatrics with her and more. But Whitney, she can sing, but it just wasn't the same. I'm a person that likes somebody that's dancing and stuff, So,
all right, this is gonna be a quadruple match between Black fathers on TV.
Okay.
Carl Winslow, Philip Banks.
Okay.
Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, James Evans.
Oh gosh, you gonna say James Evans? You went all the way back. So you said Carl Winslow, James Evans, Rock. I forgot. Oh, I love Rock was good.
Yo, you don't want to know my answer then.
What was the other one you said?
I said so. James Evans.
Yeah.
Carl Winslow.
Yeah.
Philip Banks.
Yeah.
And Rock. So those are 4.
So those 4. Oh, that's hard.
Who's the best black dad?
If we want to say like a black dad, then it will be James Evans or Rock.
But I'm talking about the dad you would want though. James Evans wasn't dad you wanted to hang out with. Like that was the only dad James Evans would only be a good dad when you're 19. I feel like.
That's true.
Like when you're grown and you got your own apartment and you can like give him and you can pay for his drinks.
Right.
Like I feel like he'd be like amazing then. Like he would give you all the advice.
Yeah, then it's different. No, but I would say probably it would probably be Philip Banks or Carl Winslow.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it would be between Carl Winslow, but I would say Philip Banks. I would go because that's the dad. Everybody wants that daddy.
All right, Hennessy or Crown Royal?
I don't drink dark liquor like that, but if I did, it'd be
okay. Well, no. Okay, I'll change it up for you though. But I'll change it up for you though. So Tito's or Ciroc?
Tito's.
Okay, because you're organic.
Right. I actually I had to stop buying them big bottles of Tito's. I
love them big bottles of Tito's. You bring a big bottle of Tito's for me though. We hanging out all night.
That is them bottles be sitting up. You like with the cranberry, and I mix mine with cranberry juice or whatever.
Me too. Or orange juice.
But it was like I'm looking up like these bottles going away too dang on fast.
Back when I remember when people understand Tito's first started like 2010, 2011. Mm-hmm. But for my this is my backsliding days. And I remember I passed out at the girl's house for a whole weekend because of drinking a whole thing of Tito's.
Not a whole weekend.
Whole weekend.
How you making? You drank a whole thing of Tito's?
And I didn't wake up till Sunday.
Oh my gosh.
I woke up, ate, went right back to sleep.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I'd be done if I just did. Look, okay, what I'm talking about, man, it takes some days, a week or so. but I ain't gonna drink like because I'm like if I just drink just a little bit.
No, I was drinking it with her though. It wasn't just me on my own. I ain't drink the whole thing on my own. No, I ain't that crazy. No,
like,
I wouldn't be here right now. It'd be my spirit right here. It'd be like a little ghost if I did that on my own.
I'm like, that's a whole lot.
No.
And
Look,
it's smooth. It sneak up on you.
Yeah, my size will definitely is not conducive.
No, you can't hold that. I'm like, what?
No. All right, so we going into music again now.
Okay.
LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Ladies love Cool James.
Mm-hmm.
Or Drake.
LL.
Okay. It's on my list of questions.
It's my age. Yeah. LL was that was don't get me started. That was now I wish he just let his hair grow on his face.
I don't think he can.
Is that what it is?
I think he got like surgery or something on there. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. I think he had a lot of plastic surgery. I don't know what it was. No disrespect to you, LL. I want you on the podcast as soon as possible. But I was just putting it out there.
It's weird. But yeah.
So LL.
All
right. Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac.
Man, you are a St. Louis person for real. Like I love, and I'm a St. Louis. Like we're a Tupac City.
It's Tupac. We wasn't, and I remember when Biggie came. They had a concert. I think it was Lil Kim, Biggie. It was like all
at the Scottrade when the Scottrade first opened up.
But we booed
and we booed him. I was there. I
got up and went.
That's in 95. It was in 95.
It was
95, 96.
It was after Tupac got killed. And so
it's 96 then. It's 96 or 97.
It was 96, or maybe it might have been 97. But I remember we got up and we left because we was like bumped that because everybody was, saying he killed Tupac. So we were like done. We didn't watch him.
I'll never forget. I starched some jeans so bad that night. No, I can remember vividly in my grandma's kitchen, ironing these jeans. I put so much starch on them.
Oh my God.
I literally was like a walking billboard.
I'm sure.
Like I starched them that hard. Like, yo, my crease is gonna be so gangster up in this joint. Cause Busta Rhymes opened up. Remember Busta Rhymes opened up.
Oh, I love Busta Rhymes. Yeah. It was a good concert. It was a whole bunch of people, but everybody booed Biggie though. We booed him.
Since we stayed and keeping it rap, Lil Kim, Nicki Minaj.
Lil Kim, but I do like Nicki Minaj, but Lil Kim.
Okay.
I got busted with a Lil Kim. I'll never forget my parents. So my auntie that died, she used to stay in Houston, and she used to send me all the music. Like when she sent me boxes and stuff, she would send me all the music, but I wasn't old enough because thing if it had E on not the E though. What was the rating system? It maybe was E.
You talking about the Nielsen?
Yeah, whatever the rating was, where it had cussing on it.
Yeah, Nielsen, the Nielsen system. Yeah.
So, whatever that rating.
No, it's the RIA. It's the RIA. It's RIA.
Whatever. Yeah. So I couldn't buy that kind of stuff. So she would ship me stuff, and I'll never forget. She sent me Lil Kim.
Hardcore.
I had been kicking it. Like whenever my parents went home and stuff, I put it in, be jamming. And then one day I forgot it in the dang on CD player. And my daddy went off on me so bad. He was like, so you doing da-da-da? I'm like, I'm just listening to the music. I ain't doing nothing she's talking about. Like, I ain't doing nothing this woman talking about. I just like the music. I just like the rap. But yeah.
Look, hardcore is I will contend before maybe a MC Light, maybe a Q1 Latifah album. That's the only time I saw like the thuggish dudes bumping in the hood. Hard. Especially the song Queen Bitch. Like casually, like I'm talking about like the hardest dudes was I
believe it.
Right.
Rapped hard. She rapped hard. She was the dudes and stuff. What was the group that she used to be with all the time?
Junior Mafia.
She was with these dudes, Biggie, they were hard. And so her music was hard. So it was different than what the girls talk about now.
I always say that's the best female overall album of all time, rap wise.
Yeah. It was good.
Because it gave you a little bit of everything. It gave you pop shit, it gave you hardcore shit, it gave you like I love Rhapsody too now. Like Rhapsody's one of my favorite artists now. Is not even just a female rapper. I'm talking about like period.
Period.
I love
Okay.
Rhapsody.
Okay.
All right, we got 3 more.
Come on.
3 more. All right. E40 or Too Short?
E40.
Shout out to E40. He's coming on the podcast though.
Oh,
I would.
real?
Yeah. No. There's no. That's like. Shout out to E40. He's coming on the podcast.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
you know he got the. He sent me the wine.
I did see that. Yeah, E40 was the homie. That was the stuff you was bumping. Too Short was cool. But E40 for my generation.
Yeah, I remember I stole my grandmother's car and I had a permit only. And I went to Hall's Ferry 14. You know, this how look, this is only knowing how old we are though. Tomorrow, I was 15 at Hall's Ferry 14.
14 at the that was
and I stole it and I only had one CD and it was Players Ball. This is 95. This is 95. 95, 96.
Look, I gotta make sure I download that because God.
I had to play, and I remember I lived in the Ville. Yeah. So I drove all the way out to meet this girl I was dating all out in North County, and I'm playing Players Ball on repeat. I was the instrumental, the regular. People understand, like it was the CD single. Because I ran out and I stole it. I didn't have no other CDs. I just
you had the single.
The single.
Oh my God.
Well, the single. Well. So I mean, and then the radio, I would try to pop in and pop out. But I was like, I'm just gonna ride this Players Ball. Like literally, I heard Players Ball 50 times between the Ville and the Hall's Ferry.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And you gotta think they're like the speed limits were way lower. I know it sounds old as hell, but like you couldn't just be riding from the north side like that.
No.
I ain't got no license. Stole my grandmother's car. You was all the
way out there wilding.
Stole my grandmother's car and went to see. I'm gonna tell you the movie I went to see. Dead Presidents.
What? But who steal their grandma car and be gone for that long to go to?
My grandma went with her friend on the boat.
Okay. I'm like trying to understand. I'm like,
no, she went with her friend. She was out. She was out kicking it.
Because I'm like trying to understand. Because I'm like, most of the time people used to steal cars. Like my friend, people I knew, they would do it when people were asleep. Like in the middle.
No, she was out kicking it. I had to get back. We went to the 8:30 show.
She never knew you did this.
As long as she don't hear this podcast, she won't know. I even went to the gas station, filled it up. She was like, she had a whole thing because she's very religious, and she was like, "Oh man, I got my gas tank is good," like because I filled it up.
You like, I got it.
But the thing is, though, I left the E40 joint in the CD player.
And she never figured that out.
No, she got in. She thought I had maybe gotten the car though, because I would just I was going into. I would listen to music in the car, like I would like that
she
feel.
Thought you maybe just got in and was listening to it.
Exactly, but it wasn't. I've been riding.
I drove somewhere.
I rolled out with a permit to go see Dead Presidents.
Oh my God!
All right, last one. This one is Angela Bassett versus Nia Long.
Oh, that's a real hard one.
I didn't say what category it was gonna be in now, so that it could be. I didn't say looks. I didn't say acting.
No, I know, I get it.
Yeah.
I went immediately to like acting. I would say Nia Long, simply because she was younger, and so everybody wanted to be like Nia Long, or like want to be her more than like Angela Bassett. Like she popped out when she did when she got her body. Like she was in
when Love's got to do with it. That's her jump off. Is Love's got to do with it. What Love's got to do
when she got her body, that body she got now started at that movie.
Right, but she always seemed like a mama though, right? Like she always seemed like a mama. She was only like 31 or something at that time, but she seemed like a mother.
But she always played mama roles.
Mm-hmm.
She was playing mama roles, and Nia was more hot and more like sexy and sassy. Had the short hair, and but Angela was just like your mama. Yeah.
Man, this one more. I got one more on my list here. It's gonna Will Smith or Denzel Washington.
Now that's hard too. Dang, that's hard. I'm gonna go with Denzel. He was more fine and more smooth. Will was cute, but he was goofy.
Okay. What do you think about his son, John David?
Oh my gosh, he's amazing.
Dude, he might be better than his father on the low.
He is good.
Like for real. I know that sounds blasphemous, but I'm just saying about how young he is and what he's doing.
And it's so crazy because what I like about him is that you would not know that was his son unless you looked it up. And I forget sometimes because I can.
But he does talk like his daddy though.
He talks like him though, and yes, and I remember whatever the last movie it is that I saw that he was in, and I thought that I was like, dang, he sounds just like his daddy. Like it was like whatever he's. And when you look at him, you see Denzel. If you look at him. If you
see his mama though too, you see his mom too.
If you see his mama, you have to know that that's Denzel's son to see Denzel. If you don't know that that's Denzel's son, then you won't see it. But I like how he carved his own. He played for the Rams or something too at one point.
Yeah, but he was here in St. Louis. He's a he was here in St.
Louis. Yeah,
he's from the free time joints. Yeah.
Yep. I remember that he was playing for the Rams. He's but he's phenomenal. I like his switch though over into acting.
Have you seen the preview for the movie with him and Zendaya? That's coming on Netflix next month.
No, I don't think so. What's the name?
It's a 2-person movie.
Really?
In black and white.
Oh gosh.
And it's just relationships, just them in a house talking to each other, going through different shit. Like it's good. Like so, have you watched Euphoria?
I think so. I feel like I have. I don't know.
The showrunner director. That's the one that was Zendaya. Where there's all these high school kids getting fucked up and high on HBO.
I think so.
Oh, you gotta watch that show.
I think
he's directing this movie.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. Comes out.
And it's gonna be on Netflix.
It's in the middle of next month.
I'm gonna look up the.
It's I'm gonna tell you that. Let me give you a second. I'm gonna give you the title of it. As we talking. It's a good. It looks good.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the title.
It's probably gonna be good though.
Hold up. Yeah.
2 people in a house. Boy, that's or is it supposed to be during the pandemic?
No, I mean I don't know. That's the thing. It's just more of a. It's more than talking about their relationship. It's called Malcolm and Marie.
Malcolm and Marie. I'm gonna have to look that up.
The trailer already dropped, so you can watch it on YouTube and everything. Like the trailer dropped, it's on Netflix, all that.
Check it
out. It's super it's super intensive, like a one-on-one relationship. That's the way I took it from. Like because she like questions him, saying like, have you ever thought that you're not supposed to be with the person you with? And like, it's a whole thing. And like, he goes outside and he's walking around. So like, literally, it's them two in like this flat, like in LA, like looking over something, but they're just them one-on-one. She cooking, she's getting upset. Like, it's literally just two people in a full movie. Like, it's some classic, dope, like almost like a play.
I just saw, there is a movie with and I don't think most people know about this. I just watched it like 2 weeks ago.
You talking about the joint with Tessa Thompson and Nambi Asamoah?
No, this one had Megan Good and I think I know what you're talking about though. And I've seen that one.
Sylvie Love is the one I'm talking about. Sylvie Love.
Sylvie's Love is the bomb. Sylvie's Love, I did enjoy that.
Was super good.
Oh, it was good. But no, this is when you talk about 2 people like being the focus of a movie. This was Megan Good and Amari Hardrick did a movie like this.
Oh, is that the one where it was like it was based around a political campaign or something? I never saw that.
Watch that.
What is it on? What is it on?
I saw it. Dang, what did I watch it on? I don't even know.
I'm about to look that up. I need to watch
that. Up. I don't even know because I have
Making Good. I tried to holler at Making Good at one point. No, this is a real story.
You like for real? How'd that work out for you?
Oh, I'll tell you the story. I've never told this story on the podcast.
Come on,
this is open
let me hear it.
So I'm in LA. It's my first job out of graduate school and stuff. So I'm like, it was me and my coworkers. We went to this club in LA. This is 2005.
Okay.
And so we walking up. I'm like, yo, man, I know her, man. That's Megan Good. And it was all white people. And then one other black dude in my class. Shout out to my boy Donnie, though. He listened to the podcast too. He's a brother, though, from Indiana. So I'm like, I'm gonna go over there and holler at her. So now people don't know this. Megan Good was a big cigarette smoker at one point.
I actually read. Her and her husband did a book called The Wait, and she talked about.
Okay, I didn't know.
She talked about that.
So she was smoking cigarettes outside this, like it wasn't even a club. It was like a club/bar. It wasn't like club, like like fist pumping. It was like a nice little spot people kick it at. So I was like, I'm gonna go over there. So I went over like, hey, can I get a cigarette? I don't even smoke cigarettes. So I was still like, let me get a cigarette. She's like, yeah, sure. So I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette. I'm talking to her. We're talking about random shit. I didn't act like I didn't know who she was. That was part of my game. Was to be move. Like, I'm gonna be there. Yeah. Right. And keep in mind, the job I had then, I worked for the Army then. So you had to be clean shaven. I already look young. So then you gotta think super clean shaven. I look like young. And this is in 2005.
Oh, you were looking like a baby. You were yeah.
And keep in mind, me and her the same age.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there talking. So I'm like, yo, I'm in there. I'm out there 30 minutes with her. Like she's literally sitting there talking. We laughing, we talking, and I'm like, so no, what's your name? She's like, oh, my name is Megan. I'm like, oh, we should talk some more. You know what I'm saying? And just in general, I don't want to be imposing. I'm super laying out player.
Right.
Player. And she was like, no, I'm okay. And I was like, hold on, but I'm going on tour.
She said, I'm okay.
And it was it wasn't even a real diss. It was literally like she wasn't interested at all. It literally like she just was hanging out with somebody smoking a cigarette. Yeah, like it wasn't like she was like it wasn't like F you dude.
No,
it was like,
I'm with Megan. That's what you say. No, I'm okay. Thank you.
Yeah, she's like, I'm okay. I'm good.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, but I'm going on tour. And then she was like, and then it went in, and I was like, damn.
And that was that.
I never went in.
You got the story to tell for the rest of your life.
Stayed outside.
Why you ain't go in behind her?
I smoked cigarettes because she gave me because I was depressed. You know what gumption I had to be to try to get at Megan good?
That was good.
This is biker boys making good. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That was good. You did good. Yeah. I'm proud of you, but yeah.
I was on some more like in my mind, I was like, you gonna remember me.
And she like, bye.
Whatever. Okay.
Right. She's like, okay.
Okay.
Bye.
I'm going on tour.
And
exactly. Tracee, thank you for coming on. Let everybody know all your socials and everything where they can hit you up in the website again.
Yep, thanks for the invite. So you can find me on Instagram, Miss Lynn's Affirmations. I am on Facebook, Miss Lynn's Affirmations. Actually on Facebook under that, and also on Tracee Lynn. And then you can find me on my website is Miss Lynn's Candles of Affirmations.com.
Look, I'm gonna push people to get this. Do you want to put a promo code out there if anybody that listens to the show or anything?
That'd be cool. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna go with your initials on here. We'll do D free.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, yeah, let's do it. Yep, so that's those initials to order, get you 5% off.
We'll do 5% off. You use the code D free. I'll put it in there tonight.
All right. Look, everybody will be out next week, but you get it. Thank you, Tracee. I appreciate it so much and everything. Like this has been dope, man. You gotta come back on. We gotta bring Tony on with us too.
That'd be cool.
Like this because I always like Tony would be out more than you would. You got out. You
I wasn't out like that. No.
Tony would just come by. She would come by early. She'd come by like at 9:00, hang out with us and leave at 10:30 and be gone. And we'd be like, where Tracee at? You know how Tracee is. She married. I'm like, Tony, you married too? He's like, but I can get it back home soon.
Yeah, I was at home. I always been a homebody though. Still am.
See. But thank you though, Tracee. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming out.